Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to Sunday Talk episode number 97. In this episode, as always, I'm going to go over some of the questions I received from you guys. I'm going to go over 10 questions. And also, I have another advice for newcomers to United States of America. Before I start today's video, I want to wish you guys a happy Sunday. I hope your day is going well as planned. Okay, so some of you guys who are new here, my goal is to help newcomers, permanent resident, and also U.S. citizens regarding the immigration questions. And sometimes we talk about different topics, and also I give advice to newcomers to United States of America so they can stay out of trouble. Okay, so without wasting time here, let's get started. The first question today will come from Adele Sua. Here is the question. Hi John, thanks for your service. I'm finding it difficult to upload my files. It is more than 2 megabytes. Can you help me on how to compress on the PDF? I scan it in PDF and it's not giving me the option to save it as. Well, thanks for the question. Some of you guys who already upload your document to NVC, National Visa Center, Computer Electronic Application Center, you know that if your file is more than 2 megabytes, and you're gonna get error. Okay, so in order to solve that issue, you have to compress your file to 2 megabytes or less than 2 megabytes. Okay, so to do that, there are a lot of software, free software, online. You can just Google it, free software to compress file or to compress PDF file or something like that. I will see a list of bunch of software like that. I don't have any software on top of my head, but you can just choose one and then use it to compress your file. You can also compress your file, like when you save your file on your computer, you right click on it, you click on I think like send, and then you have option to compress the file. You click on compress and it will compress the file for you. That's especially if you use Windows on computer. Okay, but like I said, there is a lot of software online. You can Google it and pick one. Okay, the second question of today's video will come from Ulisa Williams. Can someone be exempt from I-64 if met the 40 work on credit, even if work on out of status? Well, if somebody work out of status, cause I reply to the person, so I can get more clarification, and the person saying that okay, work out of status means that the person working without authorization. So for that, I don't know if the person will be credited for 40 quarters of work based on Social Security Act, because the person used the Social Security to work, but the person doesn't have authorization to work. I don't know how that works. I don't think they will give that person the credit. But in case the person received a credit, yeah, he or she can be exempt from the regular I-64 itself. So in this situation, the person will file I-64W. Okay, so that's how it works. So let's move to the next question. This one will come from Quali Azerti. Here's the question. Hi sir, I don't really understand the priority date. If my priority date is on July 23rd, 2019, what does it mean, please? Well, thanks for the question. The priority date is basically the day your petition was filed. Okay, that's it. That's what it is. The day the petition was filed, the day the USCIS will receive your case. Okay. Let me move to another question here. The next question will come from John Boteng. Here is the question. John, I filed for my wife and after that I went to Africa. Now she's pregnant. So question is, how did the child come to the US with the mom? Well, thanks for the question. If you are a U.S. citizen and you file for your wife and your wife is pregnant, once the baby is born, yeah, now what you're gonna do, you're gonna file on CRBA, which is on Consular Report of Birth abroad, and then after that, you can apply for a U.S. passport for the child, for the baby. Okay, that's how it works. But in case you are green card holder. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna contact NVC to update the petition case. Okay, let's move to another question here. This one will come from Beat Explorer. Here's the question. I have a question. I received an email from NVC to pay the immigration fees this February. After paying the fees on show process, then this March I check shows it shows pay again. I pay again the fees and shows on process. This April I check the same pay now again. Do I need to pay again the fees? What does it mean? It's always on the same pay, then process, then pay again. Well, thanks for the question. I think something is wrong. Normally, once you pay the fee, it will process and then it will change to paid, PAID. Okay, so if it doesn't change, well, and you keep on seeing the same messages like pay now, you have to contact NVC regarding that issue. Okay, let's move to another question here. This one will come from Telly215. Here's the question. My mom got a letter in the mail informing her that National Visa Center in Jamaica received her case. Do you know if the U.S. consulate in Jamaica is still open? Well, thanks for the question. So if your mom received a letter that her case is at National Visa Center, it means that the case just moved to USCIS to NVC. So at that point, NVC gonna contact you guys to start the immigrant visa cases. I don't know if you already started and you're waiting for any of your appointment letter, or you're just waiting for a welcome letter. Okay, but to answer your question, yes, the U.S. consulate in Jamaica still working on visa cases. Let's move to another question here. This one will come from Donette Beck4. Here is the question. Hi, John. My case was documentary qualified since January 2021. I'm a parent of a U.S. citizen. So what is the next step? Well, the next step is to get an interview appointment letter. Okay, so at this point, you just have to wait until NVC is able to schedule your interview for you. So once the interview is scheduled, NVC will contact with will send you the welcome letter, on which you will see the date and the time and where you're gonna go for your interview. Okay, let's move to the next question. This one will come from Nicole Sabido. Here's the question. Hi, John. What about vaccinating the immigration officers and requiring a negative COVID test no more than 72 hours prior to interview? Don't you think that will help with the backlog? Well, thanks for the question. That's a good suggestion. Well, it can help, okay, with the backlog. At the same time, it won't really have any effect because at the end of the day, the U.S. consulate has to follow local guidance regarding the COVID-19, and also they only gonna schedule a few visa interview, because even though the person will be vaccinated or get a COVID test, still because there is a lot of cases at NVC right now, they're gonna push the U.S. consulate. Like I said, that will be based on local condition. Also, they have to follow the U.S. government, especially Department of State guideline or guidance, like a social distance and all those stuff. So yeah, I don't really think it's gonna help with the backlog of 100%, but it will help a little bit to answer your question. That's a really good suggestion. Let's move to the next question here. This one will come from Diana Aguirre. Here's the question. I submitted all my documents already last February, but I mischecked on 2 or 3 boxes, but can't correct it anymore. I messaged NVC and apologize for the error. No reply yet. Do you think they will reopen my DS on 260 for correction? Thank you so much. Well, most of the time in this situation, if it's not like a really big mistake, NVC will tell you that to take any proof to the visa interview. That way, when the consular officer asks you why you check this or why you check that, you can show a proof. I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna reopen your DS on 260, but hopefully by now you already get they already answer your question or send you a reply to tell you exactly what you do. Okay, Let's move to another question here. This one will be the last question of today's video. It will come from Wonwosen Aile Abebe. Here is the question. KCC didn't send document on request since December. What shall we do? We are DV 2021 winners. The clock is running. Can we send the document to KCC without request? Well, thanks for the question. I don't think it's a good idea to send a document without a request, because those documents can be lost. Okay, you can send those documents, but they won't attach the document to any case, because most of the time when they request you to send those documents, they have like some type of on paper you're gonna add to the document, or they are already expecting you to send a document. So once they receive that document, they can attach it to your case. But if you don't receive a request to send a document, you just send it, I'm afraid it can be lost. That's just my opinion, and this is not a legal advice. So I think it's better to just call KCC too, just to confirm it, just to double check if it's a good idea to send those documents without them requesting you to do so. Okay guys, like I said at the beginning of this video, I have another advice for newcomers to United States of America, which is don't just quit your job. When we come here to United States of America, we are eager to get our first job. So once we get a job, we get our feet wet, like they said, and you start to getting experiences. That helps too with the English, because you're going to be around people who speaks English, and not only that, that will help your resume. Okay, you have a job experience on your resume, because most of the time on the job you did in your home country, when you come over here, they don't really look at it that much, even though it's showing that you worked before. But most of the job you're gonna do here in United States of America, when you put them on your resume, it shows that okay, you work here, and they can call your employer, and in case they have some question, all that. But sometimes when people are tired of those jobs, or they think that okay, they have to move to the next step, they just quit the job without giving like 2 weeks notice, anything like that. It's not a good idea, because when you do that, it's like you burning the bridge with your employer. And not only that, things happen. You can lose your job, whatever new job you have, and you will think about come back to the old job or go back to the old job. But if you burn the bridge, it's not going to be possible. Not only that, you will have a relative who will come to the United States of America who will start looking for a job. But if you have a good relationship with the old employer, you can contact them and say, okay, here I have a friend, I have a family member who is looking for a job, or can you guys help with him or her? Okay, so that's the reason why I'm saying, if you want to quit your job, at least give on your employer 2 weeks notice before you do so. That way, if something happens, you want to go back to that job, you can go back easily. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys learned something from it. Once again, my name is John. Whatever you do today, do it peacefully. Stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you guys on next Sunday.
USA Monde.